Good morning, everyone. Now, this was sadly the last video in the morning that we will see. So I would like to ask, yes, well, there will be some at the conference, but you'll have to wait a few days. We have a few people behind the making of those videos that have been doing a tremendous job every day to make this happen. So I would just like to give them all a big round of applause and thank them for all their hard work. This is the last day of the 13th World Scout Youth Forum. I know. Although I'm pretty sure you're excited about the inter-event and you're kind of faking it right now. But that's okay. I would like to remind you briefly about my beloved, at least, and hopefully yours by now, Sustainability Challenge Badge. Today is your last chance. Come to me. But I have spread responsibilities for this as well to make it a bit easier to find the person that can give you a badge. So there is also from the Spanish delegation, Pau, who was instrumental, along with a couple other people in the month before the Youth Forum in planning some of our sustainability initiatives. He's got badges as well I can give you. Is Pau in the room so it can be easily identified? Very well. Pau is having breakfast. That is fine. But anyway, if you know Pau and you have done the Sustainability Challenge, please, you can go to him as well. And last chance, don't miss out. We still have a few badges. They're limited edition. In 10 years, they're worth. You can exchange that for the best badges in the movement. Promise. It is worth the little effort. Otherwise, were you happy with the changes in your agenda yesterday? Did you feel you had proper time to discuss and do what you intended to do? Yes. All right. Glad to hear. Now, I would like to call Diana this time to do today's last meditation in the morning. Thank you very much.
Hello. How are you? Whoa. Okay. So the meditation of today is about diversity and inclusion. So I would like to invite you to see this nice video and then reflect on it.
I'm proud to be English. My family have served and we've defended this country and we've been to war for this country.
I'm really patriotic about Bangladesh.
Well, I am 100% Icelandic, yeah, definitely.
This is a Kurdish wedding with my mom in the traditional Kurdish clothes.
We're just proud black, so that's it.
Yeah, I think we are probably the best country in the world, if I'm honest.
Think about other countries and other nationalities in the world. Are there any that you don't feel you get on with well or you won't like particularly?
Germany. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Germans.
You might think they're a little bit.
Particularly India and Pakistan, probably, because of the whole, the conflict.
Because I have this side of me that's like, that hates Turkish people. Not people, but the government. But French?
No.
We're just the best, it's just fact.
I'm more important than you. I don't know you, but in my opinion, I am strong and I am more important than a lot of people.
How would you feel about taking a journey based on your DNA?
Yeah, I feel very intrigued.
What could you possibly tell me that I don't know?
So do you know how DNA works? So you get half from mum and half from dad, so 50% from each of them, and they get 50% from their parents, and back and back and back. And all those little bits of your ancestor, they filter down to make you, you. I need you to spit in this tube for me. You spit up to the little black line.
That's a lot of spit.
Right, the story of you is in that tube. What's it going to tell me?
It's going to be, oh yeah, you're French, and wait, your grandparents are French, and wait.
100% Bengali.
Solid Iraqi.
I'm Cuban.
You're going to tell me that I'm English, like I've told you.
Jay, can you come down and join us?
I'm a little bit nervous, I have to say.
So you ready to find out your results? Will you read it out to us, please?
Wow, look at me.
Oh my God. Oh, wow. Shit, I didn't expect that.
All of them.
Whoa! No, no.
Caucasus, which was Turkish?
Yeah.
Eastern Europe, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Greece.
I'm 32% British.
What? Great Britain, 30%. Can we... 5% German.
I'm Irish.
Yeah.
So I'm a Muslim Jew.
Great Britain, 11%. Are you sure these results are mine?
Eastern Europe?
Iceland has definitely moved closer to Europe now.
I'm gonna go a bit far right now, but this should be compulsory. There would be no such thing as like extremism in the world if people knew their heritage like that. Like, who would be stupid enough to think of such thing as like a pure race?
In a way, we're all kind of cousins, in a broad sense. In a much more direct sense, you have a cousin in this room. Turn around and guess who it is. Waj?
Yeah. What's that?
Why don't you come down here and meet your cousin?
This is the best.
Did you know that?
I didn't know I did. This is like... my heart's pounding right now, I swear to God. We met.
I'm Jay from everywhere by the reason of this.
I'm a real man of the world.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you.
So would you like to travel to all of these places?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that was interesting, right? So I want to invite you now to reflect on it a little and answer to yourself. What traits or qualities would you like to adopt from culture of your international team's mates? Just take some minutes to think about it and be an open mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Diana, for this very beautiful video. Before we start, today is a special day for many different reasons, obviously, but for one in particular. And I'm going to need your help with this. But there's the birthday girl today. And I would like to ask all of you to help me and sing and wish a happy birthday to Nargis, our director of the host committee. And I'll now let her do a little speech, and then she can start with the announcements of the day.
Oh, thank you. We'll just go to announcement rather than speech. You still have a long day ahead before we're reaching the finish line. So, inter-event and departures. It's going to be quite sad as we're finishing here, but we still have some days ahead to spend all together and continue with the conference. So today we're going to have quite a lot of lists down here in the entrance of the dining hall, where you'll have to sign up and so on. It's related both to the inter-event and departures that we'll having it tomorrow. We need to know your flight details and so on to make in time. Another thing that I would like to do, it was supposed to be at the beginning to receive your welcome packs, but due to some reasons, they're now becoming goodbye packs. So just don't forget to take your bags, t-shirts, bottles, mugs, pens, beans, flash, and so on. They're prepared there. We'll have a list. Just please take just one for each. We have quite a lot of participants, and we don't want to leave anyone without a gift from host team. They'll be also down here, but please, maybe not all at the same time. It will be there throughout the day, so you'll have enough time to come and pick it up. And if you'll not, we'll find you and give it to you. So it's must. Another thing, it's a closing ceremony. We're going to gather at 8:30 near the pool area. And as far as I'm aware, also it's a pool area closing ceremony. You will have to be in scout uniforms. So, yes. And the last but not the least, again, passports. We're going to also bring all of them here. I don't know, fire building, it's not that popular, and people just not going there unless you're staying there. So we'll probably move everything here at the entrance, and we'll just return back the passports. And if you still didn't submit it, and there's some, please give us this today so we can complete all the required process. Well, thank you here. Wish you a fruitful day, and you will enjoy your day here.
I want to reinforce the importance of giving your passport so that the necessary administrative task can be done and you don't become illegal in Azerbaijan. Thank you. Now I would like Hani to come for the second round of announcements.
Okay. As you know, I am not Doina. So Doina is still working with the drafting committee for your wonderful inputs for the forum. So I would like to give some announcements. First, if you do have gifts that you want to go give to the host committee or something, and it is not compulsory and really voluntary, so there is no need to go. But if you do have, we dedicate the lunchtime. You can come here and change the gift with the host committee or whoever you want to give. But this will be done not in front of everybody. That's just for those who would like to exchange gifts. Don't forget, we have voting, so bring your kit and the QR code. So that's really important for the voting. And last but not least, yesterday in the international evening, there were, for the Thai delegation, there were a scarf of Thailand, and this actually is the only scarf that the one of them have. So if you by mistake take it as a souvenir, please bring it back. Thank you.
Thank you, Hani. Now we're gonna start with the last activity that we planned under our active citizenship theme. What will come after that will be mostly voting sessions and then the open forum session that some of you will be leading. I would like to say once again and potentially apologize that should the voting take longer than what we planned with the sessions, we will have to shorten and potentially cancel the open forum sessions. If that's the case, I would really want to apologize to all of you who have submitted topics and have been working to provide additional learning and sharing opportunities to participants. We are extremely grateful. I'm, however, hopeful we'll be great at time management. This will still be possible. And we will finish then with an evaluation and a closing session and a closing ceremony. So now I would like to invite João, the chairman of the World Scout Committee, and Mary, World Scout Committee member, to come and carry out the session on global challenges and the social impact of Scouting. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I see the level of energy in the room is not the highest possible. In any case, you are to be congratulated because you survived the rough night. So well done. Okay. As you have seen in your program, this first part of the morning is for us to touch a little bit on the topic on global challenges and the social impact of Scouting. This is a bit of the wrap-up of many things that you have done during the week, during these 4 days. So I'll be very, very brief, and then it's up to you to do a little exercise, having in mind everything, as I said, that happened before this day. So, global challenges. I think we have, and you have, worked extensively on what the global challenges we have now. If we look around us, I think we can easily identify what are the things that we as human beings, all cousins and brothers and sisters, as we have seen, are facing. And it's not very difficult for us to understand, and if looking back 2 days ago or yesterday, that probably the global goals encapsulate some of the challenge that we as a human race face at this point. This is what we have come up to. And at a certain point, we can ask ourselves the question, what can we do about it? On the other hand, one of the things that we have been dealing with is what impact does Scouting has in this world? So what difference can we make, especially in facing these global challenges? As you have seen, social impact is one of the 6 priorities of our strategy. And you might be wondering, what are we talking about when we speak about social impact? Let me give you an example. This girl that you see on the screen, Rita, was one of my scouts a long time ago. And actually she was a participant in the World Scout Youth Forum 15 years ago in Greece. And I remember one day, well, she got her degree. At a certain point, she was looking for a job. That was a few years ago. And going to interviews and stuff. And at a certain point, I received a message from her saying, well, João, I would like to tell you that many of the things that I went through Scouting allow me to, in those interviews, to say that I am proficient in a number of topics. And she said, for example, I can tell you that I can honestly put on my CV and tell people when they ask me that it was through Scouting that I developed my skills of working in a team, in leadership, in managing projects, in communicating and all this. So now I do understand the impact that Scouting has in me, and I would like you as my former Scout leader to thank you for that. So this is just one aspect of how we see social impact, and I'm sure that you experience the same and know many people that have changed their lives because of what they experienced through Scouting. So what is social impact for us? we have been working on this during this triennium and having a significant work on that. And for us, social impact, I mean, of course, there are a lot of definitions throughout the world, but for us in Scouting, we agreed on this definition. The social impact is the effect that Scouting activities on individuals and the community. So everything that happens in Scouting, how does this affect each one of us, like Rita or any of you, but also the ones that live around us. And that's why we define social impact in 3 levels. One is the individual impact, personal level. The other one is the community level. How can we have an impact on the ones around us on a very direct way? And I would say the next one, the last one, is the institutional one, in which we have, in a way, indirect impact of what's going around us. And just very briefly to explain each of them, when we speak about personal level, of course, we are speaking about developing our different dimensions of growth, physical, emotional, intellectual, so on and so forth. And that's what I said Rita was. Community service, that is one of the trademarks of what we do. All these issues about being an active citizen, it's not enough to be a good person. We need to put our talents to the service of those around us. And that's where, and we have spoke about this before, that's where our Better World framework fits in as well. Some of the proposals that we are giving to Scouts is about being active, go out there, do things, change the world, and be an active citizen. And finally, on institutional impact, is when we are able I would say it's up to you. So I would ask Mari if you can guide us through, wrap up these 3 days of work that you have done, to say, to ask ourselves the question: how can we have an impact? How can each of you grab the experience that you have had here during the forum, and how can you put that into practice? To how can it be useful? So the next few minutes will be for you to think about that. Mari.
Okay, so this is the last fun time before you are going into the serious discussion for a long day today. So we have to energize you up to the high level for the really, critical decision making or the discussion following the day. Okay? So what we would like you to do in group of 3 international teams, as I think you did in the Joao and Diana session yesterday? Yeah, yesterday morning. Group 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9. Those 3 groups together and build up one thing. And you've seen the cardboard out there. It's a world block outside in the parking lot. As you come in, you saw that, right? Yeah, there was a kind of, pillars standing in the parking lot. So that is a world block. So think of at least one personal plan in one of the dimensions that we were discussing. And share in the international team if you feel comfortable, or you can, exchange with others. And the group decorates its block with the personal plans and more, okay? Together, we will build up a installation. Okay, so there are 4, sides of the pillar, but please leave one side not decorated, because we have to build up all, things into one monument of this 13th World Scout Youth Forum. Okay? So decorate the 3 sides with your plan, and you have all the gearbox, side of the pillar, so you can do whatever you want to do and build up your plan on the block. Anything? Any question? Yeah, I'm going to say the timing. It's a Japan time, which is strictly on time, right? So you have to start leaving the site at 9:40 when the drums, and you have to be back here 9:45 sharp. Do you get it? Okay, any question? No?
Are you awake? Good. Let's go then.
Okay.
You know the 3 groups, the international teams that you worked 2 days ago? Meet them. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll tell you again. 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 12, 13 to 15, 16 to 18, 19 to 21, 22 to 24, 25 to 28. Okay? Okay, let's go.